Hello, fellow Biafrans. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on your location. Happy Sunday once more. Join me wherever you are watching from. You know, from this platform, we preach love, we don't preach hate, but we bring the news as it is. So join me and make your comments respectfully and constructively. Join me, my people. Join me so that we will deliberate on a very important matter that came up. You know, I promise that whenever I hear any update, I will let my Biafra family to hear about it and to know about it, how it touches and how it concerns us. Join me, make your comments, like and share, click the button. But before I continue, I have to thank God. You know, God said that in every situation, we must always give thanks to Him. And that is very correct. Almighty God, Father, Lord, God of mercy, my Lord, what you cannot do does not exist. And that is why we are full of thanks and glorification of your holy name. I commit my leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, into the holy hands of God. Please, God, release our leader for us the way you released Paul and Silas so many years ago. You are still the same person. Protect our gallant Prime Minister, very intelligent, very young, very active, very bold, very brave Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. We love him so much. Protect all Biafrans, every Biafran all over the world. He say, my people, join me. At this time, everyone is at home. Join me, it is always more interesting. But I have to tell you, you know, sometimes I send this video to your WhatsApp channel. Once I send it to you, always click like and share it. It reflects. So my people, I have a very important news. You may have heard it, but it is very necessary that you people will listen to it. It relates to the terror that these Boko Haram people are causing in Nigeria. And it also relates to how they have taken over Niger State. And with that, we have to realize what the Biafra Liberation Army, Biafra Resistance Fighters, and Biafra Navy is doing for us. And that is kudos to our Prime Minister. Because these people would have engulfed us by now. You all know that we are their targets. We are their focus right now. All this battle against Niger State is just to push down from there to come and harass us. Osman Danfodio tried it so many years ago, the same middle belt. So now they have decided to declare for Biafra because of the hell that these people are giving them. So I will play a voice of one of my media colleagues so that you will hear it from his mouth, and you will also see some of the videos that came with it. I will try to feature it here. You know, my studio is still a bit wobbly when I'm showing some of these videos. In the damnable zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria, be better for all of you, and then you will start from today.
fighting for your independence and exit from the damnable zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria. Because as long as Fulani is still here, as long as the zoo remains one, the Fulani will stop at nothing until they accomplish their goal, which is to slaughter every individual. They will keep going until they dip their Quran in the Atlantic Ocean. But they have failed because Biafra land is no longer a go area for them. But they might dip their Quran in the Atlantic Ocean, maybe through, the western part of the zoo, if the Oduduwas will allow them. So once the zoo...
my people, what he is saying, dipping their Quran in the zoo, and they might do it in the Oduduwa if they allow them. If you notice now, the Fulanis, they have installed their caliphates in Lagos, one in Victoria Island, one in Apapa, and one of them is the former governor of a central bank. The one that ordered them that time, what's his name again? To buy one of our people when Abacha was ruling. I will tell you his name when I remember his name. So this very man, he is one of the people installed in Lagos now, and they are the ones controlling Lagos. They are the ones dictating what goes on there. So if they allow them, they will dip their Quran there. But in our land, it's a no-go area. Kudos and thanks to our Prime Minister.
Continues to exist as one almighty zoological republic, then the Fulani will stop at nothing until they achieve their goal. Right now, I want you to pay attention while I take you through the news. And as you can see, I will be reading from one of the Zoo Gota media outlets, Sahara Reporters. And not just another chief, or should I say, a terrorist commander in Nigeria military said before this very news broke the internet. Terrorists take over several communities in Niger State, set up Tollgate, collect levies from farmers and residents. Wow. I am reading from a Zoo media. The Zoo Gota media, not from a Biafra platform. At least don't say it. They have so far imposed restriction on free movement of goods and persons, forcing people to pay levies before doing so, residents said. Terrorists locally dubbed as bandits have again
Sorry for that technical problem.
Among several orders governing the entire areas according to their own rules. Wonders shall never end. Let me take this again. This is very, very sweet. They have so far imposed restriction on free movement of goods and persons, forcing people to pay levies before doing so, residents said. Now, pay attention. Terrorists locally dubbed as bandits have again carved out a territory in Nigeria's Niger State. This Niger State is a stone throw from Abuja. Abuja, the capital city of Nigeria. I'm saying this so that international community will hear. I'm calling them so that they know the impunity, the terrorism Nigerian government is committing against its citizens. Listen, This Niger state is a stone throw from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. You can check it on your map on Google. So tell me, a state close to the capital territory, which also has military base and all the security apparatus in Nigeria stationed in this state, is the same state that is being ruled by bandits. A territory being carved out in this same state by terrorists, and now imposing taxes on residents and some internally displaced persons. Now, they also impose tax. They also impose tax on the internally displaced persons. These internally displaced persons are those that have been chased away from their ancestral homes, and now they are living in a place called IDP camp.
My people, it's good to let you know and understand that Abuja is the capital of Zoo, Nigeria. Niger State is next door, where all these things that my colleague is reading out from the newspaper in Nigeria, where he is reading it from. How can the terrorist Boko Haram have a camp, operate there, collect levy? They have built a toll gate next to Abuja, where the capital is. The head of state lives there. The vice lives there. And this military man called Christopher Musa, that was in House of Rep, calling our prime minister the one causing trouble in Southeast. Where is he? Has he now finished, decimating the terrorists in Niger State, very next to Abuja, but they will leave it and come down to our town, our states, our homes, to be buying our people? That shows you that they are very, very intentional. They know what they are doing. Those areas are areas they have captured, because the vice president is the one that created Boko Haram. So they no longer bother about those areas. Our homes, is now their target. The other day he came to Ebonyi State. Nobody knows the reason why he came. Whether he came with his entourage to survey the land, but they have failed on arrival. Whatever is their aim failed on arrival, because God, Chukwu Okike Abiam, that put us there, he knows why. We are just at the middle, and that is our defense mechanism. We will be using that, plus the effort of our prime minister. In fact, I don't know how to praise our prime minister, because he told Onyendu that if you are looking for 100 men, you will find 50 in me. I think what we find in our prime minister is up to 200% men. Let me continue.
And this IDP camp is a hell on earth. No human being should be allowed to spend a night in such place. If I had my time, I would have shown you pictures or videos of these so-called IDP camps in the northern part of the zoo. That is where terrorists have, chased them to and also imposed taxes on them. Unbelievable. Now, the bandits have reportedly occupied the Gondawa, Kurege, Kangarewa, and Mongoro communities, among several others, governing the entire areas according to their own rules. Hey, Wahala Day. Governing the entire areas according to their own rules. And the idiot called Chief of Army Staff, Abaja, was saying he has sent troops to Plateau State. Now I'm asking, is Niger State, which is close to his office in Abuja, no longer one of the states in the zoo called Nigeria? Unbelievable. 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 This is unbelievable. So, in fact, I'm lost for words. I don't know what to say again. I don't know what to say. Oh, so now I will show you something. I will show you something. Let me finish. They have so far imposed restriction on free movement of goods and persons, forcing people to pay levies before doing so residents. Last Sunday, we were forced to cough out 3.5 million naira levy before the vehicles conveying our luggage were allowed to leave. A displaced person told journalists. The bandits have also imposed levy on trucks.
My people, you know, this levy on people on IDP, these are people whose homes have been invaded by these terrorists and they ran away, living somewhere else. And these terrorists went there and imposed levy on them. If you have to go out, you pay levy. If you have to go to farm, you pay levy. This is what it would have been in Southeast. Sometimes last year when they came by fire by force. And that necessitated our Prime Minister creating Biafra resistant fighters, Biafra Liberation Army. So my people, when you hear things like this, because sometimes people might be thinking, oh, I have heard this before, or I have seen it before, or why are you repeating what somebody is reading? It is for you to hear the emphasis tone on what we are saying. We need support for our Prime Minister. He cannot work with his bare hands. He cannot be facing these people that government is sponsoring, because it is government that sponsors Boko Haram. And you know how government make money. They make money from the oil, from the gas, they can borrow billions from any country that knows they are coming from Nigeria, because they know they have oil in our land. And these are foreigners. They will come. Good evening, Diane. You know, thank you so much for watching. We are talking about what terrorists are doing in Niger State, about 2 or 3 miles to Abuja, where the government stays, where everybody is, but they are not doing anything. Thank you, the great. Thank you for watching. Make your comments respectfully, my people. Like and share and subscribe. This video has already fetched 13,000 views from my colleague. So you people should be liking and sharing my video so that it goes viral. We are talking about the terrorists, what they are doing in Niger State. If you all may recall, there was a time this very military defense man was in House of Assembly calling our Prime Minister's name, that he's the trouble that they have in Southeast. You know what they mean by that? The government have sent the military to go and capture Biafra land. You can imagine. And these are repented Boko Haram, repented terrorists. They will put uniform on them and give them gun. They were burning houses, burning markets, buying our boys and women. This is what they would have been doing had our Prime Minister not revealed and brought out this Biafra Liberation Army. You know what would have been happening to us, because these people hated us with passion. They hate us so much. They don't want us alive. People who came from Sahel visit us, but they want us to be scared of them. It's impossible. So why we showcase this most of the time is because we want us to know that this is what would have been happening to us if our Prime Minister had not done what he has done or what he did. If these military people are not there to defend us, Biafra army and Biafra liberation resistance fighters, it would have been like this to us. So that Musa, chief of army staff, Christopher Musa, is close to this Niger state where terrorists are doing all this. Not up to 5 miles. Niger state owns Abuja. So it is very close. But our prime minister says no. So he needs our support.
Farmers to pay before they would be allowed to harvest farm produce. And Nigeria has military. It also has police. The situation has been such that even IDPs who want to leave the area have to pay certain levy before they can go. The bandits have turned the area into their own territory, operating unchallenged. According to a local source. Operating unchallenged. The prophecy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has finally come to pass. He said, we are going to draw them into Biafra land and slaughter them in Biafra land, while the north will be taken over by terrorists from Sahel. The prophecy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has finally come to pass. Oh my goodness me. They say vehicles exiting the area are charged to pay 20,000 naira to 30,000 naira. In some cases, 3 vehicles combined are compelled to pay 1 million naira before leaving. When contacted on the matter, the spokesperson for the police in Niger State, Wasiu Abiodun, promised to investigate and get back. And up to today, the so-called spokesperson of the Zoo police is here to get back. Now, let me now show you something that will make you laugh. While terrorists have occupied territories in Niger State, imposed levy and taxes on innocent citizens, the so-called chief of defense staff, a terrorist commander known as Christopher Musa, is here on Chinese television running his gutter called mouth. And this is what he has to say. No community will be held by bandits this year. Chief of Defense Staff CDS assures Nigerians. Now listen. He said no community will be held by bandits this year. While half of Niger State, which is close to his own office, you know him, this man, this terrorist commander, Musa, is running his mouth on Chinese television while citizens are paying levy and taxes to terrorists in Niger State, very close to his office.
Yes.
Hello, Melo.
You know, my people, this report was made by Sahara Reporter. That's what's his name that owns this Sahara Reporter. This was reported just yesterday, Saturday. This is what terrorists are doing in Niger State, next to Abuja, federal capital. So, my people, you can imagine what our Prime Minister has done for us by creating Biafra Liberation Army, Biafra Resistance Fighters, Air Force, and Navy. Those fighting at Bakassi. Our Prime Minister is doing a great job. Recently, these people from Plateau and Niger, Middle Belt, they declared for Biafra. Thank you, Diane. Blessed Sunday to you, my sister. You are welcome. We must leave these people. We fall in parallel line with them, we can never meet. We can never meet. We are not the same with them. All they think about is how to buy, sell our natural minerals and resources and buy. They don't talk about good schools. They don't talk about good hospitals. They don't talk about good roads or good network or electricity, let alone production. That's why P2B told them during his campaign, from consumption to production, that he will turn Nigeria, but they don't want him because he's an Igbo man, because he's a Southerner. Bola Tinubu is just there because they know that he's old, he cannot do much, and in fact, he is not the real president. The real president is the Fulani man. If you check, it was our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu who made most of us to understand the differences between the Fulanis and the real Hausas. The real Hausas are very good people, very good nature. They are very calm people. But these Fulanis, you keep calling them northerners. They are not. They are from Sahel. They have no human feelings. We love good things. We go to school. We do business. We love good life. But no, their own, they live in the bush. And they think like that, dragging us down to their level. It cannot happen. God, the Creator, will not allow that to happen. So, my people, we have to really work hard to support our Prime Minister so that Biafra comes. We are in alliance with Ududuwa. We are in alliance with Amazonia. All these people that are suffering persecution from hands of few leaders in the government. So it is always necessary when you see a video like this, you share it so that it goes viral, so that those foreign countries and other people from the other parts of the world will recognize Biafra without looking back. Because this sort of thing cannot happen in America or in United Kingdom or Germany or Russia or even in Belgium or France. It cannot. It's only in Africa, only in Nigeria. Because other Africans like Burkina Faso, they are out of the Oyibo man's net. Mohamed Traore is now their president. Since Traore took over, there has been 2 attempts, coup, and they failed, which means that other Africans are very serious. Good evening, Dennis. Thank you so much. Thank you. This Traore has taken over and he's ruling his people very well. He has made a lot of progress. The same thing with the Niger man. If that man in Niger had not taken over, what they have done, they have laid pipe from our natural gas to spread down to the whole world, from Niger to Libya, from Libya to Spain, from Spain to every Europe. This is it. We own that natural gas, we own the oil, but the visitor caliphates and visitor Fulanis are the ones in control. They are the ones in charge. So that's why when we hear these updates and this sort of news about terror operation in Africa, in Nigeria, we will be showing it. In Ghana, their president banned Fulanis, banned the cattle rearing in Ghana. The same thing with Mali. Even the other people next to us, they banned Fulanis. Only in Nigeria. They cannot bring their people and settle in our land. It can never happen. If you can pray, pray. Whatever you can do, do it. Sharing this very program is part of it. Anything you can do so that it will go viral and people who can recognize us will hear it. Let me continue with the message.
The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, has said he will rid communities that have been stifled of insurgents and bandits. Oh my God. General Musa made this declaration on Channels Television's maiden episode of the Morning Brief on Monday, where he called for support from the public to meet this goal. We are working with the state government to identify these areas. This year, God willingly, we will make sure bandits hold no community, he said. Members of the community will be able to leave the IDP camps and be able to go there. The nation is yet to heal from a Christmas Eve attack by marauding assailants on Bokos and Barikin-Ladi local government areas in Plateau State that left 200 people dead and hundreds more injured. Now, before I continue, I want to tell the chief of terrorist staff called Christopher Musa to look at this. Let me just call your attention in case you don't know because of what you have just said here. Because of what you just said here, because of your statement here, I want to draw your attention to what is going on today. Look, you said you need locals to give you information on where and how terrorists are operating. Christopher Musa, pay attention. The bandits have reportedly occupied the Gondawa. Christopher Musa. Terrorists have occupied the Gondawa, Kurege, Kangarewa, and Bongoro communities in Niger State, among others. So, among other communities that have been occupied in Niger State. Christopher Musa, I want you to command your army to go to the Gondawa, Kurege, Kangarewa, and Bongoro communities in Niger State and rid off these terrorists that have built Tollgate and occupy the area. Christopher Musa, what are you waiting for? You cannot tell me you are not hearing this broadcast. It is impossible. Tag Christopher Musa wherever he is. You must send your terrorist army to go and rid off these Fulani foot soldiers that have occupied Gondawa, Kurege, Kangerewa, and Mongoro communities in Niger State, collecting taxes and levies, both those in IDP camps and others in their homes. They are now paying taxes to Fulani terrorists in this community. So, Christopher Musa, I don't have to continue reading your junk. Send your army to go there and rid off these terrorists in Niger State. Thank you, my people. To salon here and make it go viral.
So, my people, this is where this very message has come to an end. You know, in life, when you are doing something that is very, very difficult, just try your best as much as you could. And any very good observer will be by the side watching you. When Onyendu was caught, it was only our Prime Minister, currently, Mazi Simon Ekpa, who came out genuinely, openly, and started throwing punch and challenges to this very terrorist group. You know, at that time, this current vice president was a mayor governor, and he was talking to another governor called Kunle, and the voice video, the audio leaked, and everybody heard it, where he was castigating the Igbos, the Igbos, the Igbos. But these are foreigners, for crying out loud. Igbos are indigenous people, but these are wanderers, children of people that lived in the bush. You came to someone's land. You don't want to behave like a visitor. You want to overshadow the people that owns the land. You want to tell them how to walk. You want to show them where to sit. It's impossible. I know that God doesn't act the way we humans act. He doesn't do things the way we do it. But in this case, I know that if we work very hard, they say that heaven help those who help themselves. If we work very hard, we will push these people out of our land and out of Nigeria completely, because the Hausas are now crying. There's a lady called Hanatu's Corner. I go around searching for information, searching for news to give to my people and to console my people, because we are always the target. We are always the target. After the war, when they gave us 20 pounds, our people went to Yoruba land and Yorubas welcomed them. Suddenly, Yorubas changed because they have gone to incite the Yorubas. They have gone to incite them. Visitors. That is what should be at the back of your mind, that these people are not part of us. They have no feelings for anybody. So I will always and also inform the Yorubas. You know, most of the elders and the young ones, the very old, the very young, nobody knows it all. If you people see how these Fulanis lured the Hausas, killed their chiefs, and installed their own emirs, now they used to answer Hausa Fulani, now they answer Fulani because they felt that they have arrived. They will do the same thing to you Yorubas. I will stop here. My people say that if you are sensible enough, you will pursue the black goat during the daytime before it becomes dark. Lotakwa no ndi Igbo bany. Now during the war, only one radio Biafra came with. Okokondem was the newscaster that time. He used to tell us, Ndi Biafra, una alarunula, onye ndi logba gbugburu na-eche ndụ ya nche mgbe niile. So my people, I will leave you here. Try and share this video, like it, subscribe to my channel, and make it go viral. Peace, unity, progress, and equity. All hail Biafra.